Sawadi, and thank you very much for inviting me to stand with the people of Thailand today, even from a distance. My name is Maik Dünnbier, and I am from Movendi International, a global people's movement linking public health to people's power to shape their own societies. I'm speaking about the free trade talks between the European Union and Thailand because what is decided behind those closed doors will shape whether Thai communities keep the power to protect their own health and development from alcohol harm or hand that power to the alcohol industry's profit greed. Let me start with what we believe in Movendi International. Health is the foundation of prosperity, a community that can warn people honestly about cancer risk, limit aggressive marketing to children, and price alcohol to reflect its true cost to society is a stronger community, and it's a happier community. Alcohol is no ordinary commodity. It's not rice, not textiles, not solar panels. It causes cancer, contributes and fuels violence. It fuels premature death. And no trade agreement should treat it as just another export line. And this, in Movendi International, is our concern. Thailand has already shown what happens when alcohol gets cheaper. In 2024, Thailand cut wine tariffs and excise tax together, and retail prices fell by roughly 35 to 40%. Now, Spirits Europe, and that is Big Alcohol's European lobby front group, has named Thailand's spirits tariffs a top target for this deal. We've seen this story before. The EU-India agreement, for example, concluded this January, cut spirit tariffs from up to 150% down to 40%. This is where we see the conflict clearly. The money versus the many. Cheaper alcohol means more alcohol consumption, more alcohol harm, and more suffering in our communities. It also means more profits for big alcohol companies, while the harms they are causing is landing hardest on families who can least afford it. Beyond price sit even deeper threats to your right to regulate everything. Look at Ireland. After years preparing world-first cancer warning labels, the Irish government delayed them to 2028, not because the science changed, but under trade pressure after the United States called the labels a barrier to trade, and the European liquor lobby demanded an investigation. Scientists found that industry arguments against alcohol labeling in 10 countries, Thailand among those 10 countries, were echoed almost word for word in official trade objections without ever naming their source. A binding dispute chapter doesn't risk one bad ruling. It builds a permanent channel for this alcohol industry pressure on labels, on marketing rules, on whatever big alcohol challenges next to maximize their profits and to harm your communities. And market access commitments don't disappear once they are signed. They are locked in. Distribution rights and national treatment can turn tomorrow's health measure into a legal liability years from now, which limits Thailand's opportunity to continue protecting the people from the harms the alcohol industry is causing. But here is the opportunity. Thailand doesn't have to accept alcohol as an ordinary traded good. It's no ordinary commodity. For example, Malaysia keeps alcohol permanently excluded from the ASEAN commitments. Another example is the CPTPP that carved out tobacco because of its health-harming properties. Tobacco is not an ordinary commodity either, and the same principle should apply to alcohol in the EU-Thailand trade agreement. Vietnam is a third example. It built safeguard tariffs into its own EU deal to slow alcohol import surges. These are precedents written into real agreements because civil society demanded them. This is the power people have. This is the power you already hold. 10 years ago, Movendi, we did the same in Europe, publishing independent analysis of the EU-Canada and the EU-United States trade deals with our colleagues at the European Public Health Alliance and our members in Sweden and other members around Europe. So we have already experienced the community power where we moved trade negotiations and protected alcohol policy before. And we are with you in doing this in Thailand again. So our ask has three parts. First, exclude alcohol from this agreement entirely. Second, if this is not one, an explicit carve-out protecting every current and future public health measure. And third, if tariffs fall regardless, excise taxes must rise to match, so prices and harm do not also rise. This is about the many versus the money. People's health and prosperity against one industry's profit greed. Thailand's communities hold the power to decide which one of these agreements will be served. And we in Movendi International stand with you. Khop kun krab, and thank you for having me.